Alright, so in today's forecast, we'll be looking at a major storm that is expected to bring severe weather outbreaks to the south once again. We could also see a potential northeast snowstorm with this, as well as potential for some ice accumulations once again. Let's go ahead and into today's forecast with finer details. Alright, so to start off today's weather forecast, we do have the potential for a significant severe weather outbreak to emerge that'll be coming up ahead for us this Sunday here, especially in our enhanced risk, including portions of far northwest Texas, across much of Oklahoma, and into southern Kansas there. We do have a slight risk for many of those areas, as well as further down into Texas, as well as western portions of Missouri and Arkansas. For that slight risk here, it does look like all modes of severe weather will be possible with this activity, including the potential for tornadoes, damaging winds, and large hail. Again, this is a pretty significant threat that is evolving this weekend here. There will be definitely something to watch. Now, we're going to be looking at this storm in depth as well, that will be causing this weather and more hazards that would be expected with this system. So with our alerts here, it does look like a lot is going on in the west, especially along the coast, with a wide range of warnings here, such as windstorm warnings along the northern half of California into the mountainous areas of central Nevada and also parts of the southwest. Blizzard warnings are also posted for some of the central and southern California mountains, as well as parts of central Nevada as well. And does look like winter weather advisory extend to that across some of the outer southwest mountains and some of those along the edge of the storm, while we do have flood warnings posted for southwest California, including the Los Angeles and San Diego mountains. Now, for our warnings elsewhere, though, it does look like we have some blizzard warnings in effect for North Dakota, Minnesota border area near the south area, and then also across northwest Wisconsin. Winter warnings are still in effect for eastern Minnesota, northwest Wisconsin, and parts of UP of Michigan. Winter weather advisories are still in effect as well for a great amount of Maine, while those are also posted for New York State into areas of Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. So other than that, let's really get started into today's forecast. So we are looking ahead in the future radar here, and it does look like our lingering storm in the northeast will be set to depart the area tonight, and we will be quite calm for now, other than maybe some light areas of precipitation, whether it be in the form of rain or snow. It will probably be more in the form of snow in the Midwest Great Lakes, while we'll be seeing some rain showers here and there across southeast and areas south of the Ohio Valley. And it does look like it'll try to give Mid-Atlantic a little snow during Saturday as well. However, it does look like something very interesting will need to be watched during this time as well. It does look like West Coast is really going to get hammered by a storm system, and this will probably be our same storm that would be bringing a severe outbreak to south central US later this weekend. Right now, it would be bringing blizzard conditions in mountains and some very rough conditions along the west coast of California there. Now, this will finally move in right about Sunday, but for now, especially from tonight, really Friday morning, into much of the weekend, really especially during Friday, Saturday, we'll be seeing these really rough conditions prevail in the California coast. And then it does look like this new storm system will begin to emerge from there on into the central portions of the country, with severe weather expected in south central US and possibly some other places from Sunday, maybe into Monday, although Sunday is expected to be the biggest threat of the storm system. And again, it does look like a period of ice and snow will again be possible for the upper Great Lakes and the upper Midwest, as well as parts of the Northeast from there on. Again, this wintry period will start Monday and then last through the night on Monday night and Tuesday morning across the Great Lakes. And then we'll see this area advance to the northeast for Tuesday, maybe even Tuesday night, before this snow departs northeast Wednesday morning. And then we could see another system in the Great Lakes and Midwest once again. As it does look like the first days or so of March do look to be pretty active. So we're going to get into some more final details of the forecast, such as when will these weather storms could occur across the area. I'm sorry for that. And also some of the snowfall and ice falls that we could be seeing out of this. especially for the Northeast and other regions that could get blanketed by snow. Now, with regards to Sunday's severe weather threat across the South, including areas of Oklahoma and surrounding regions, it does look like we'll be dry much of the day until at least Sunday afternoon into the evening, where cell storms will start to pop up across the plains from Kansas into the Oklahoma and Texas panhandles. This area will then rapidly evolve into a squall line that even reaches farther into Kansas, maybe even southern Nebraska during the evening hours on Sunday. And then as we head to midnight around Monday, it does look like this area will be moving through of storms. They'll be moving through the Missouri River Valley and even into Missouri and Iowa. But these storms will be weakening at this point. So it does look like the severe weather threat will primarily be contained to Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. For our severe weather threat, again, it does look like almost severe weather will be favored, such as the potential for tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds with Sunday's severe weather threat. An isolated severe weather threat could occur further to the east of the area on Monday, but this would be, again, really isolated, and less severe weather would be expected compared to Sunday. Alright, so we will be looking at snowfall totals for this coming storm across the country. It does look like the GFS would be showing a heavy swath of snow starting in northern Wisconsin and UP Michigan, all the way into the Northeast, bringing with that access of at least a foot of snow from those areas, as well as down here in New York State and a good amount of the Northeastern United States, at least what the GFS is saying. The National Weather Service blend for now is being light on this and is bringing at least 6+ inches of snow from northern Michigan, again down into much of the Northeast, including but not limited to most of Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, northern New York State, where the heaviest could fall, and then also across parts of Massachusetts and also Connecticut, Rhode Island, maybe even northeast Pennsylvania, while the Canadian model is also showing that the northeast system could bring over a foot of snow to some of the higher elevation areas mostly, but although other areas in the northeast, especially from the northern New York State into southern Maine, could get at least a foot of snow with this. UP Michigan and northern Wisconsin, even northern lower Michigan, could also get locally a foot of snow, but that 8 plus 12 inches would generally be seen in this area. However, with regards to the West Coast storm, however, it does look like a huge amount of snow, at least even several feet, could pile up in the mountains of California, and a significant amount of snow elsewhere across Cascades as well, and also a good amount of the western mountains. It does look like the heaviest snow will fall in the California Cascades, with at least several inches of snow, maybe even up to 100 inches in some of those higher elevations there. So it's definitely one heck of a storm that's going to be biting into the west coast. It will probably be on there for quite a bit. Now, this storm will be poised to dump a huge amount of rainfall along the west coast, with a high amount of precipitation, really high amount of rainfall. A few inches would even be possible in some areas of coastal California, with San Francisco area even potentially seeing 2 to 3 inches of rain from the GFS, and Los Angeles could see even more than that, maybe even up to 4 to 6 inches of rain. And this is what the average is being shown for those areas as well. So it is going to be really quite a catastrophic, say at least a rain event. But some of these areas could be seeing overfit of precipitation in the mountains, although a lot of this will probably be in the form of snow. So this in turn will translate to a really dangerous blizzard in the mountains as well. While in the central U.S., we could generally just be seeing a wide swath of an inch of snow across a good amount of the Midwest, central U.S., northeastern U.S., and also a good amount of the South as well. In those purple areas as well, where at least an inch of rain is being indicated. Although some of these models are actually trying to bring at least to those localized 2 inches across Iowa and even some surrounding states, such as Minnesota, Wisconsin, other areas as well. Although the general idea here is at least an inch of rain could be possible across the Midwest here, including parts of Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois, and even parts of the western and lower Great Lakes with that as well. Again, that huge West Coast storm is also going to be coming tonight into Friday and Saturday, which could bring a huge amount of precipitation to that California region, especially with that stuff as well. So that is pretty much it for today's forecast, everyone. I hope you did enjoy it, found this to be very informational. And if you do and like to see more from my forecast, please do consider hit that subscribe button and like this video for more future forecasts, if of course that you want. Other than that, have a great night, everyone. Stay safe.